Everyone only says that Putin is threatening a nuclear bomb, although not once has such a thing been said, unlike the Europeans and Americans. The same Germans said that the North Atlantic Alliance also has nuclear weapons. The British, the former Prime Minister, said, I won't hesitate to push the button. Don't threaten us.
We have to stay firm to our values and principles, democratic principles, to continue with or remain committed to our unwavering support for Ukraine. And as I said, this is not only about Ukraine, it is about Europe, security. Russia should strategically fail in Ukraine. If not, it might not stop at the Ukrainian border, because the war, in their case, is ideologically and geopolitically driven.
Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson going into this Operation Steadfast. Basically, this is basically NATO's biggest drill since the Cold War. As we know, shortly after World War II, you had the fall of the Soviet Union, then you had the Cold War, which will lead to the fall of the Soviet Union, which is the former USSR. Now we're seeing these nations come back into a partnership known as the Eastern Bloc versus NATO, which NATO was basically established in 1949 in order to combat the USSR at that time, okay? So it says 90,000 NATO troops, biggest flex since Cold War, which this is the sound of war. As Yahweh Shai mentioned, wars and rumors of wars. Okay, and we're in a time now, the third woe. And if you can't see that, it's because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is not dealing with you. Now, I went into this slightly yesterday because several brothers, including myself, reported on this incident, which says NATO warns of an all-out war with Russia in the next 20 years. More like the next 20 weeks, probably. 20 years, yo, right? You ain't got 20 years, E. But it says NATO kicked off military drill, okay? Because basically they're trying to flex on their allies. I mean, not their allies, but their enemies, which in fact, the North Koreans, okay, Iran, Russia, they've been test firing these particular ballistic missiles, and they've been flexing on the West for some time, man. So I guess the West decided to flex back with their implication of troops, but 90,000 troops is nearly not enough, okay? You have to understand, China alone has a fucking million-man army. So what you gonna do against that? Because retrospectively, the three biggest economies in the world is America, China, and Russia. With America actually being third now, because technically they're getting ready to be a third world country. Okay, so I looked up the definition of steadfast, as we know what the scriptures say. It says, steadfast, it means resolutely or dutiful, firm or unwavering, steadfast loyalty, committed, devoted, dedicated, dependable, reliable, staunch, constant, implacable, single-minded. Okay, and this is actually the drill that they're deeming it, because it says exercise in decades, steadfast defender 2024, set to get underway, which this is supposed to last, I think, from this month all the way up into May. Several brothers, kind of went into it meaning like the particular weather events, the destabilization of the economy. People is under this inclement weather, and with the opening of the border, which Texas, basically the federal government basically allowed those migrants to come in through the southern border. And basically Texas is waiting to respond to see what they're going to do, which is going to lead to a possible civil war, because we've always specified that it's possible that Texas may succeed for the United States first, which technically Texas is its own goddamn country. But anyway, it says NATO and allied partners are preparing for exercise Steadfast Defender 2024, NATO's largest exercise in decades, to set the commands throughout the entire transatlantic region this week. It says Steadfast Defender, which have been in development for several years, would demonstrate NATO's ability to deploy forces rapidly from North America and other parts of the alliance to reinforce the defense of Europe. It says it will show that we can conduct and sustain complex multi-domain operations over several months across thousands of kilometers from high north to central and eastern Europe in any conditions. Yeah, you may be able to do so, but also you're going to meet an opposing force, because you got Russians, you got the Iranians, you got North Korea, you got the Afghanis, okay, and you are nearly outnumbered. Because what you don't understand is that your particular allies, they're going to come against you too, But anyway, it says here, exercise Steadfast Defender 2024 will be a clear demonstration of our unity, which that's capped because according to Revelation 17, your allies are going to come against you once again, which is basically a big spit in the face. But it says our strength and determination to protect each other and to protect our values and rules based on international order, said Supreme Allied Commander in Europe, General Christopher Cavoli. It says approximately 90,000 forces from 31 allies in Sweden were participating. As we know, Sweden was telling their citizens to prepare for war, but you don't see them telling them that here in the West. Okay, America, they're not telling their people to gear up for war, but instead they're telling you to go watch a football game in frigid temperatures, But it says the exercise will launch in Norfolk, Virginia, with the deployment of forces to continental Europe. Steadfast Defender 2024 is comprised of a series of exercises that will continue throughout the Secur's area of responsibility throughout the first half of 2024. It says the last equivalent large-scale NATO exercise was Reforger in 1988 with 125,000 participants, and exercise Trident Juncture with 50,000 contributed to military personnel. All right, so basically they're flexing, but to no avail. So let's see what the scriptures say. Draw the second chapter, first verse. It says, a terrible visitation. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. It says, for the day of the Lord cometh, and it is nigh at hand, okay? And this is the reason why we're out warning our people, and we're proclaiming them to get right in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, because this thing is getting ready to spill over. And if you're not covered by the blood of Yahweh Shai, then 9 times out of 10, hey, this will be your fate. Okay, because they're going to have to reinstate a draft, because 90,000 troops is not nearly enough, even though that's a small number, and they do have more reserves than that. But overall, when you have just one society going up against a plethora of nations, that's no way in hell you can win. Okay, because what America is not banking on is that the allies coming against them. And this is what we've been speaking on through the scriptures, man. All right, but it says a day of gloominess and a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning is spread upon the mountains, a great people, strong. There have not been the like, neither should there be any more after it, even the years of many generations. Talking about this third world war. Okay, this is why the tensions are heightened among the nations, man. Okay, because they're seeing threats from the Houthis or from America in the Red Sea. Okay, particular trades and stock routes are going to be halted. Things are going to go up. Okay, things in the West are getting crazy. Got all this type of inclement weather. People are being displaced. His kingdom is getting ready to fall. And it says here, fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. And the land is as the garden of Eden before them, right? Because, hey, these missiles are going to come up like the scriptures refer to it as like the sun rising, man. You know how like you wake up in the morning, you got that beautiful sunrise, and then all of a sudden, the missiles are going to come. Which is going to put people down, man. Okay? And it says the land before them is before the garden. It says the land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing should escape them. Okay, meaning the missiles. It says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so they shall run like the noise of chariots on top of the mountains. They should leap like a noise of the flames of fire that devoured the stubble, as strong people set in battle array. All right, so let me go here real quick. Let me look up some things, because I know the brother actually posted it. This brother Amwan Gabar, he's good at posting these clips. But I think he showed like a ballistic missile. He showed and there it is. Okay, talking about Operation Warp Speed. But hey, the Most High said he should make a speedy riddance of them that dwell in the land. All right, so this is the book of Jeremiah 50, and I'm gonna start at verses 22. It says, "A sound of battle was in the land, and of a great destruction." Okay, and this is why all these nations are gathering together to do these particular drills, because there's heightened tensions among Russia, China, North Korea, all right, Iran, Ethiopia, these other nations that's been gathering up, Sweden, Germany. It's getting ready to go down. And it says, "But how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" Okay, because, hey, we've known that America to be the brick hit house of the entire planet Earth. Okay, especially with the establishment of the U.S. dollar as the world reserve currency. It says, "I've laid a snare for thee," which a snare is a trap. And it says that thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware, right? Because the allies are going to come against him. And that pride of Esau is making him go head forth with this wickedness, man. But it says that thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord, okay? And how is he striven against the Most High? First and foremost, by holding his people captive. Second of all, by changing the customs of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, making it legal for two men to get married when the scriptures say that that's an abomination. And it reads here, it says, "For the Lord hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation." And we just showed an example of that, of those ballistic missiles hitting this side of the world in a matter of minutes. It says, "For this is the work of the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, in the land of the Chaldeans. But come against her for the utmost border, and open up her storehouses, and cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly, and let nothing of her be left." Okay, so ain't shit gonna be left on this soil but desert creatures. Because, hey, this is the judgment of the Heavenly Father. All right, Joel 3, and I'm gonna start at verses 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." And this is why they're doing these military drills, flexing on each other, showing each side, okay, we got this, we got that, and one side pulls this and they gonna pull that. ICBMs, because this war will be fought with nuclear missiles when it's said and done. Okay, but which we know that the Lord is going to be in control of all things. But hey, somebody hit the button, then from them points, they going to let them shits fly. Even if they hit the button by accident and try to rescind on the strike, the angels are going to control it, because the scriptures say that he's a consuming fire. So the Lord is going to take over and send these missiles to Babylon the Great. So, hey, man, this shit is getting ready to go down any day. So, with that, I'm going to end it giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will you edify into the next lesson. Shalom.